Hello guys, John here. Today we're going to talk about why and how you should protect your IP address while playing online games on your console. I've been receiving a lot of requests and messages from people lately asking me to teach how they can protect their IP addresses in a video. So in order to make gaming a safer place for everyone, I decided to make this video. This guide requires you to pay a bit of attention, but I've tried to explain it as clear as possible so every noob can set up proper protection on their consoles. Also, normally I'm playing Red Dead Online on my channel, and recently the free roam PvP on that game has been just wrecked by booters. People are being threatened with booting on a regular basis, and no one seems to be doing anything about it. Unfortunately, online gaming has changed. The toxicity has evolved into something different. The worst form of online toxicity is not trash talking anymore. It's very important to know that your IP address can easily be compromised while gaming online. I've made a video before and explained how exactly it can happen. But to make matters short, if you're playing any P2P games, for example GTA or Red Dead Online, there's a big risk that weirdos could access to your IP address. All they need is a free network monitoring program and a LAN cable. Pretty dodgy, right? The problem is, you can't just point your fingers at one company and blame them for this mess. Not every company in the industry are using dedicated server on their games to avoid this. Sadly, even PlayStation and Xbox parties are also P2P. This allows your IP address to be exposed to others if they are monitoring it. This further increases the chances of you receiving a DDoS attack, or also known as getting booted. So how can you counter this problem for good with the cheapest and most reliable options? I have to tell you right now, if you are playing P2P games on your console and you have been dealing with booters, or you're just worried about your privacy, you're going to have to spend a bit of money to protect yourself. Unfortunately, it seems like that the subscription fee that we are paying to PlayStation and Xbox are not enough to protect our privacy, and we have to spend more money in order to have a safe gaming experience. The first step for you is to check if you have a router that supports VPN. The way you can do this is to look at the model number behind your router and search it on Google. You then open the page provided by the manufacturing company and look for any information about VPN. I'm quite lazy to read long text, so a simple trick is to press Ctrl+F on your keyboard and search for VPN. If you find any highlights, well, congratulations. You don't really have to buy a new router. But if you didn't find it, I can recommend you the router I use, which only costs about 34 euros in Europe and less than $50 in North America. I have left the Amazon link to this router for my US, UK and EU audience in the description. Step 2. You're going to have to arm yourself with the best VPN for gaming. Keep in mind that this video is not sponsored, and I've personally chosen the fastest and most reliable VPN for all fellow gamers. You're welcome to try other VPN services, but I haven't found any service more reliable than ExpressVPN. They have more than 90 servers across the globe, and your IP will always be protected against booting and weirdos. I've also left the link to this VPN below, so you can check it out. If for some reason you're not happy with the service within 30 days, they will refund your money back with no problem. Once you bought your new router and subscribe yourself to a VPN service, there are two ways that you can set up this router with a VPN on your console. You could either replace your old router completely with this one and share the VPN for every single device that is connected to the internet at your place, or connect your new VPN router to your old router just like any other device using an Ethernet cable. I do not recommend the first option, as your connection can get very slow if multiple devices are using the same VPN, unless you live alone and you just use your computer and your console. I personally had to choose the second option, as my place can only be connected to the internet using a fiber optic cable. So now that you've connected your new router to the plug and also to your old router with the Ethernet cable, go ahead and connect your console to the new router directly with another Ethernet cable. So the cable from the blue port behind the router goes to the old router, and the cable from the yellow port goes to your console. If you're replacing your router completely, just ignore this port and directly connect your router to the Ethernet plug on the wall from the blue port. Also note that my old router works through fiber optic cable, so you're most likely going to have another cable up here connected to the Ethernet plug. Remember to set up a LAN connection with automatic settings in the network settings of your console to make sure it is connected to the router. Now it's time for you to log into your router and set it up. Open the internet browser on your console. and write 192.168.1.1 and then follow the instructions written on the router manual. Once you're logged in, don't get overwhelmed, you're not going to break anything. I recommend you to use a personal computer and upload an open VPN profile to make things easier and more secure. But in case you don't have a PC, you can still do it using the configure PPTP or L2TP. Once you click on those options, the ExpressVPN website tells you exactly how to add them as profiles on your router. You only need one type of these VPN connectivity methods, and once you choose one, I would suggest you to choose the server nearest to you in order to minimize the input lag and get the best gaming experience. Try to have at least 2 or 3 servers added to your VPN profiles so you can easily swap servers if you need to. Remember that you can always use the live chat option in the bottom corner. ExpressVPN has helped me to find the right solutions very fast and at any time of the day. Once you have added a few servers to your VPN profiles successfully, activate one of them and that is it. You're now safely connected to online gaming without your IP address being exposed to other players. For testing this, open a new tab and search "What is my IP location?" If the location shown is the same as the VPN server you chose, that means you're protected. If you wish to share the VPN with a Wi-Fi to a console instead of Ethernet cable, you can just change the network name and password to it in the right section. For example, if your main router is not near your console. So apply the settings and disconnect the Ethernet cable from your console. Just remember to set up the connection between your console and the new router again so you can connect to the new network that you just made. Now you might wonder, can I still get booted? The answer is no. Your internet connection cannot get booted since the VPN's IP address is masking your real one. The booters will only see the VPN server's address instead of yours. So can people boot the VPN server? Yes, they can, but it's going to take a lot of time, effort, and possibly money for them to do so. Your normal connection most likely can't handle a free botnet service, but the VPN server will. If they actually want to boot the VPN server, they most likely have to use a paid booting service and actually pay money for it. So in case you got disconnected from the game session due to your VPN server getting booted, simply go back to the browser on your console and connect to a different VPN profile that you have made earlier and get back on the game in less than 2 minutes. Your IP address and personal internet connection always remains safe. By the way, this method is also going to help you to connect to PSN if you are a PlayStation user and have been IP banned due to receiving multiple DOS attacks from weirdos. Also, in my opinion, I think you need to be sure why you want to make this setup. Don't spend this money and time just so you can fight against booters in a video game. Even if they can't boot you, they will still boot every other friend of yours from the session and make their crew to chase you around the map when it's 20 versus 1. This should only be done for one reason, which is to protect your privacy and your internet connection. Some people like me have a job that is relying on internet connection. Instances like getting booted because of a video game and losing your connection for half a day is just not suitable. So that's it for today's video. I hope that I've made online gaming a safer place for you after using this guide. If you liked the video and found it helpful, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, no worries, you can leave a dislike. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.